Hi, Chris and Travis. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. No, congratulations on the movie. What I'm interested in is obviously your lead actress is the one who came up with the script. No, how did you kind of get involved with her? I mean, she'd written two shorts before that she directed herself. What was it that made her decide that she wanted you to direct this feature?
Well, it's very interesting. She had been living in LA, and we are based in Central California, where she's from. And she was back here visiting her sister, who lives across the street from us. Yeah. She was walking her dog, and I thought, this is a neighbor I haven't met yet. I'd like to introduce myself and be friendly. And so I said, hi, I'm Travis. I think we might be neighbors. Good to meet you. She said, oh, no, I'm visiting family. I live in LA. I'm an actress. And I thought, oh, that's fun. I make films. I'm a producer and director and all of the above, I guess. And she said, no way. And we got to talking and explained the gallows and all that. And she said, well, I filmed a short here and directed it. And I said, I'd like to see the short just so I could gauge, the talent level. And we watched it and really liked it. And we had said, hey, well, if there's a collaboration there, let's talk about it.
Yeah. And over the next 8 or 9 months, we started meeting with Jill. She would come up to Fresno, coming back and forth, and we would have meetings and start developing this story idea that she had, and working with her to create it. And she did all she put it all on paper. We just were like, hey, try this, try that.
We did a lot of producerial notes and things that we felt would help it be commercial and do well.
But when the script was all done, we're like, all right, well, I think we can make this up in Fresno for a good price, keep the budget low and keep it all in one location. And so we went out and did it. And we're really happy with the result.
What brings you out this way?
Just a weekend trip.
By yourself?
My husband's coming tomorrow.
A lot of people have kind of commented on that. It feels like very much a Me Too film. Was that something that she kind of intentionally went out to write?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you get a chance to interview her, she would tell you that there's some of her own personal history that's in the film that's kind of a voice that she's felt strongly about speaking out or sharing with the world. And that was one thing that attracted us to the project as well, or to developing it with her, is that, oftentimes new people in the industry are overlooked, underserved, all of that. I mean, we were lucky enough to get people that found us and helped put us into the industry, with our release of the gallows, we want to pay it forward. And, we found that some people were a little bit hesitant, like, oh, we don't know who she is. She wants to star in it. Yeah. And we were a little disappointed by that.
Yeah.
And we said, fine, well, we're going to take the money we owe in taxes and we're going to postpone paying taxes and we're going to go make this film ourselves.
Yeah.
And, hopefully we can get that squared away pretty soon. We're on a payment plan now. So
No, I agree with you. I mean, because they're not familiar faces, it works a lot more, I think. I mean, obviously great actors are great actors, but when you've not seen someone before, it kind of pulls you even further into the film. No?
We've been told that actually, now that we've shown it to a couple of our industry friends, they're like, yeah, I think it actually works great that it's not people that have been in a life of luxury, but like regular people that could be you and me, so that really is something that is advantageous to the film, I think, as well.
Something I was really curious about is the fact, I mean, it's set all in this house, and it's got all this high-tech security, and so they can't get out now. But at the same time, without giving too much away, there's this kind of retro feel to a lot of the stuff that we find out in there. Where did that mix of those two worlds come from?
Yeah, so we originally in the script, Jill had imagined kind of a cabin or cottage type of a feel,
a countryside.
Yeah, and we kind of started to stray away from that because we felt it's been done a lot. We've seen all the cabin in the woods movies, and we also really liked the idea of a place that was slightly futuristic, like an ex machina, and feel more like a compound almost, and the kind of inherent scariness that comes with that. But we found this place that definitely had both of those things going for it. It had what we call futuristic vintage, because it is actually a mid-century modern home, but it's done in a very, very sleek and stylish kind of up-to-date way.
Yeah.
And so we thought that was kind of the perfect hybrid for both of Jill's and our visions, was to kind of lean into both. And obviously, once you see the movie, you can kind of understand where both of those things come into and collide by the end.
Yeah.
So I think the location really did that movie a good service in that regard.
Henry, I wasn't wearing this when I went to bed.
Where's your phone?
It was here.
I have it to hold for now and always. Happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Barrett.
You will not leave the house again.
Something else that really did you justice in the film is the mask. We can't not talk about the mask. There's something, I don't know what it was about it, but it just really worked so well. It's really kind of made the character feel a lot more menacing than he probably should do. Where did the idea of the design come from?
Yeah, I got it here. I'll go grab it.
I'll answer the question. Yeah, we actually modeled it after David, the statue David, which we, when we were talking in prep, we kind of said, oh, this is like the perfect man. It's like, and that's kind of how it's referred to in a lot of, lore and stuff. And we got it actually right here.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's so simple, but at the same time, it's just something about it that's really kind of freaky. Yeah. That's great. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can see actually, if you go and look at that statue, some of the hair and stuff, it's like, it looks kind of similar to that, that was our reference.
It's like the perfect man, or the world's interpretation of what the perfect man is.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like throwing that out the window, a little bit was kind of fun.
Mr. Barrett, Mrs. Barrett, you must obey.
When it came to actually filming the film, was there anything you kind of decided to mix up a little bit to kind of maybe play around with the characters? Maybe whoever was speaking over the loudspeaker, give them something that they didn't expect, just to kind of twist things around a bit?
That's a great question. We did a lot of that in The Gallows. We'd throw people curveballs all the time because so much of that movie was improv in terms of the dialogue. But for this, we stuck pretty close. There were some scenes where we changed things up once we got to the location, because the location had to be, kind of catered to, or we had to cater the script sort of to what we had to work with in terms of blocking and stuff. But there were a few lines too that the voice, when we recorded the voice, that we did change up a little bit. I think in the script, actually, the voice calls them Emma and Henry. But
right.
in
recording,
we thought it sounded creepier and better to call them Mr. and Mrs. Barrett, kind of keep reminding us about their marriage and that they are a couple. So that was something we changed up in ADR.
And that would, without spoiling anything, that was going to create a more satisfying finale, I think.
Yeah.
To refer to them one way the entire film,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of see how the twists turn out and how they are referred to at the end. But that's something for people to watch, and maybe just a subtle thing, but that was a big change that we made and realized that was really going to be helpful in the film.
We know everything you did.
You're promoting this now, but have you got anything next in line? Have you met a new neighbor or a new sister of a neighbor that you're working on something for?
Right.
Well, we've got a bunch that we're planning on. We are working on getting a fund together to be able to finance a slate of like 6-7 films, all with various creators that are very much like us, that want to go out and get things made. And we're tired of waiting around for green lights from those in power. We want to really take the reins into our own hands and continue to make films with the money that we owe in taxes, but we have this motorcycle behind us. We're working on like a buddy comedy, comic book type action comedy series in the vein of like a Rush Hour kind of a film.
All right.
So we're excited about that. We're filming scenes for that beginning of May. We've got that. We've got other scripts. We've got a podcast that we're starting called the Unlikely Story Podcast, which tells our story and other people that have come up in the industry and their unlikely stories that are really interesting and fun and like
inspiring.
And inspiring.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that as well. But We
stay busy.
we stay busy,
I
and
need to, yeah.
we got plenty more movies where this came from. So
And I imagine in the podcast as well, you've made plenty of new friends and allies, no? To kind of come up with some new projects from that as well, no?
Absolutely. We're going on a decade now or so being in the industry, I suppose. And so we've met a lot of great people who have a lot of amazing experiences themselves.
From music composition to sound design to actors and producers. We've met a lot of really cool people that will be very insightful, I think. So
thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best of luck with the film when it comes out. I'm sure it's going to go down really well. And hopefully we'll see plenty of people with the mask next Halloween.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. All the very best. Take care then. Cheers then.
Thanks, Howard.
Bye now.
There is a way.